I have like such a small following, guys. It's really sad. Don't put that in the podcast. But how do you, oh my gosh. Welcome to Vietnam, guys. We are literally sitting in this oasis jungle. It's incredible. So excited to be here. It's amazing. And today we have an amazing guest, Tanya from One World Just Go. That's her Instagram handle, at One World Just Go. Go follow her. Incredible content. She literally is one of my heroes. So I'm just like starstruck that you're here today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So you're from Australia, right?
Yes.
What part of Australia?
I'm from Melbourne. Yeah.
Very
right at the bottom of Australia. Yeah.
That's so cool. And how you travel like the world? So you're constantly traveling. Are you home a lot or?
That's the thing. Everyone on Instagram thinks you're constantly moving, but it's like, guys, I'm just posting photos from my trip last month. I'm actually in Melbourne, but no, I'm definitely traveling at least like 50% of the year, I would say. I appreciate being at home and like having a home base and not living out of a suitcase. But yeah, I definitely like to be on the road as often as I can.
Wow, 50% of the year?
Yeah, the last year and hopefully this year, yeah, 50% I'd say.
Wow. Oh my, I feel like that's just so much like time away. Yeah. So how do you balance like your personal life with this content creating life that you've built for yourself?
Well, a lot of the time I try to take my friends from Australia on trips with me. So they're like, yeah, really supportive. And when I'm at home, I'm like, guys, I'm home, let's catch up. So they're used to it.
They just know like
they've got their own busy lives as well, so it's pretty easy. Yeah,
that's really cool. And has your family like mostly been supportive of you like doing this?
Very supportive. Yeah, I started traveling when I was a teenager, so they understood the love for travel, but definitely the older people don't understand social media as much, but no, they definitely understand it now. I've taught them and no, they're really supportive. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. So tell me, Tanya, how did you get started doing this social media thing?
So I finished high school when I was 18, and then I went traveling, came back for uni, and yeah, I just kind of got the travel bug, and pretty much every summer break from uni I would do like 3 months backpacking solo. So I always loved traveling, and then when I finished my degree, everyone was kind of applying for their fashion business course jobs, and I was like, nope, this is really not what I want to do. So yeah, it was really when I finished uni, and then I started to travel more often, and I got Instagram, and it just kind of started growing, and I just continued traveling and continued posting photos, reaching out to brands, and
wow,
yeah. Now, like 4 years later, kind of.
How many followers do you have now?
70-something thousand.
Wow.
And yeah, hopefully it keeps growing.
Wow, so many. That's amazing. And what do you think, why do you think you were able to grow? Like, what made it happen?
People love travel content. I think even when you're at home, it's just kind of great to escape. And for me, when I plan my travels, I look to Instagram now. Like I used to go on kind of Google. I used to do Lonely Planet when I first started traveling.
Really?
I did Lonely Planet. I would buy the book, I would carry it, it would be very heavy. Now every location I go to, I just search Instagram. I look at people who go there, the location tags, and that's how I plan my travels. So
wow.
I think it's just a really good kind of like database for people to do their travel research now for Instagram.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
That is really cool. I didn't even think about that as like a travel resource.
Yeah.
I mean, of course it is, because you can tag and
especially with like the saved function now. I have like countries all through my like saved albums, so when I go to that country I already have my images. I know like the top destinations and tourist attractions to see.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That is so cool.
I feel like Lonely Planet's redundant now, kind of.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. So how do you feel like you've been able to make your content different? Because I feel like that's one thing with traveling. It's how do you make it different than everyone else's?
I feel I try to go to places that aren't so popular, but at the same time, I want to go to Italy. It's amazing. I want to go to Paris. So you just kind of try to create slightly different content, but it's very difficult. You just got to kind of put your own spin on it. But yeah, I think it's important to travel to new destinations that not everyone is going to, and they're not getting sick of seeing the exact same photo. But yeah, that's the best thing when someone writes a comment saying, oh my God, I've never seen this place before. I've never thought about visiting here. And you're like, awesome,
Yeah, like
you kind of educated someone. Yeah.
That is so cool. And what like inspires you? So you said you started traveling when you were, a teenager.
Yeah.
What inspired you to kind of create your entire feed around travel?
It's probably just what I'm most passionate about. I studied fashion, so it was kind of fashion and travel. I originally sort of wanted to do fashion blogging, but I didn't really like the focus to be on just me and the clothing.
Cool.
I wanted like epic scenery and beautiful landscapes and amazing temples, and so I just liked kind of blending both fashion and travel because I just thought the pictures were just a little bit more epic than just like a fashion log photo.
So cool. Oh my goodness. So that's amazing that you went from like the fashion, because I know it's so saturated in both fashion and travel.
Fashion was so saturated. Travel has become very saturated.
Very saturated. So how do you?
It's great that everyone's traveling.
Yeah.
You know,
it's great that everyone travels, but how do you feel like you break through the noise? Like,
it's hard. I feel like you can kind of start your Instagram now if you want to do 6 months backpacking through Southeast Asia. So many people have just started Instagram accounts now and they like blow up because
really
it's the thing now. Go to Southeast Asia, start an Instagram account. So I think, there's a lot of competition, but if you're taking beautiful photos, that will always win. That will,
Yeah, the content trumps.
Exactly, yeah.
That's really cool. And what advice would you give to someone like me, right? I have like such a small following, guys. It's really sad. Don't put that in the podcast. But how do you? Oh my gosh!
You have to put that in the podcast now.
Vulnerability moment right here, right? I'm totally telling you, like, I am doing this podcast. I don't have a great following, but what would you give to people like me that want to be like you, right? Like, that want to be these content creators that are creating beautiful photos. Like, what's your advice?
I think you don't have to do international travel. It's very expensive. I think if you want to be a travel blogger, you need to travel, of course, before you start, making it a job. You need to fund your own travels. But I think, just explore your own city, your own like day trips in that area, and you can always find amazing places to shoot and create different content that's not just, in your backyard.
Yeah.
So that's always easy to do on the weekend.
I really like that. Just do it wherever you are. Like, you don't have to have some glamorous trip.
No, it's hard. A lot of people, they only get 2 weeks, 4 weeks annual leave. Not everyone can do the whole traveling back and forth, or they have kids and, it's just not realistic.
It's so true.
But you can create amazing content at home. You just have to research a little bit more, I guess. It's not as easy.
Creative.
Yeah, definitely.
So what's your secret? Like, how do you make your photos look so good?
I've definitely gotten used to what I like and what my followers like. So it's always something super colorful, a very epic sort of backdrop. When it's a very sort of basic backdrop, people don't care, and I'm not as inspired either.
Yeah.
So just amazing color, amazing scenery, landscapes, and more of the focus to be on the backdrop and just me standing there.
I love
giving
that.
kind of
perspective.
Perspective, that's the word.
Yeah,
yes.
because all your photos I love. I think you recently went to Thailand
I love Thailand.
Yes, Thailand. Yes.
Bali a little bit before that as well. But yeah.
Oh my gosh, there was one photo of a temple and I was blown away.
The temples in Thailand are just so amazing.
Yes.
You think you'd get sick of going to all these temples because you're like, oh, they'll all look the same. They don't look the same. They're so. I mean, if you like architecture, you'll like it. Some people won't like it, but they're all amazing and just so beautiful to photograph. Yeah.
It was a beautiful perspective, and so I was inspired. I'm like, that's such a unique way to do it, because a lot of times you're not that far back, or you're not seeing the full thing, and so I
got a new wide lens 16 to 35 for that Thailand trip, so that's why I was able to get so much scenery in the frame.
Cool. And I feel like you're one of the people, at least on this trip, we're in Vietnam with a bunch of influencers right now, and she is one of the ones I've been so impressed with, because you plan out your shoots. You plan out this is where I want to go.
Yeah.
So how long do you think it takes you from planning the shoot to actually posting the photo?
Oh, a long time. I mean, I'll spend at least, I can spend an hour planning, just researching on Instagram where I'm shooting, the different kind of angles, what outfit is going to look best there. So, and how to get there, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, at least an hour researching before you get there, and then I'll tend to spend at least an hour at each destination shooting a whole different.
Wow.
If there's a variety of angles, and then it takes the longest thing is going through all the photos and choosing your favorites, because it's just very difficult when you take so many photos. And sometimes editing is quick, sometimes not, but then by the time you post on Instagram and then you reply to everyone's comments and engage, and that's an hour, and like I could spend at least 5 hours on certain posts. And unfortunately a lot of people think you just kind of take a photo, do a filter, post it. I wish it was that easy and quick, but it's not. But I love that whole creative process, and I don't find it work. Like, I enjoy doing it.
That's really cool. But I mean, like, is this your full-time job?
This is my full-time job, yeah.
Wow. And is that, when did you finally like make the jump? Like, from, were you working before, or were you just kind of building up since high school?
No, I was, I did high school and then I did uni and then I did another degree and I was working. So it was really when I finished my degree and I was like, no, I don't actually want to go into this field, that I started to travel more often and, make a small income, but it keeps growing and growing. So that's always the aim. That's good.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. What is the best part about Australia?
Oh, the best part?
Yes.
The people. I think the more you travel, the more you appreciate home. And I just love Aussie humour, the sarcasm. Like, we just get each other. And like, you'll be walking in your neighbourhood on a morning walk and everyone says hello to you and people are just really friendly. And I love meeting Australians when I travel. Just the other day when we stopped at the service station, we went to the bathroom. There was an Australian lady and she heard Annie and I talking and she's like, "You girls from Australia?" Like, "Yes, we are. Where are you from?" And she lived a few suburbs away. And you just like chat to each other when you're overseas and it's really nice.
Yes, and I'm personally a fan. Like, who can't be a fan of this accent? And who
she needs to come to Australia.
I need to come. And who can't be a fan of this amazing girl?
You're lovely.
Like Tanya, she's amazing. I seriously, guys, go follow her. It's One World Just Go. And that's it for our podcast today. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. You're such a good interviewer.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Oh, well, thank you for being such a good content creator.
Ellen should watch out. You need your own daytime talk show now.
Yeah, Ellen, watch your back. I got you. And this is the Insta Size Podcast, signing off from Vietnam.